What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3, Cali Vibes Disc Golf.
Yeah.
As we mentioned in episode 2, we're wearing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're recording both of these in one night, and that way we have a little bit more content for you. And episode 2 wasn't so long and drawn out and a little bit too much to digest. So we're doing this for y'all. So, yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. A little 2-for-1.
Hey, that leads us. We kind of already did our recap in the last episode. So thanks again for everyone who watched episode 2. If you're new to the channel, this is Cali Vibes Disc Golf, Central Valley, California. And we're all about showcasing local disc golf and local disc golfers and drinking some bourbon at the same time. So today's special bottle is a heater. Let me tell you, okay? Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye version. See that green down there at the bottom? I have been looking for this bottle pretty close to since I got in bourbon 5, 6 months ago. Never even seen it in
It's
person.
not long. Like way longer.
I think pretty sure, dude, because it was like right before my birthday, like November, that I had started getting, and I think I only had 2 bottles. And then for my birthday, I got the Michter's rye, I got the Dove Oak, and I got the Four Roses for Christmas. And that was just kind of the spark that ignited the flame. All which, well, the Michter's my buddy Blake gave me. Shout out to Blake. And the other 2 bottles my wife got me. So she's semi-responsible for this addiction. She's not going to watch this, so I'm okay with saying that. But yeah, barrel proof. This is 128.5 proof. And this is a fantastic.
If you don't have hair on your chest, you will after this.
That will 100% give you a Kentucky hug. Let me tell you what. So our focus for episode 3 is going to be the CVS Finals. We got to talk about Bakersfield. We got to talk about Merced. We got to talk about Hanford Merced and Hanford. And today is finals. So CVS is the Central Valley Series, like we talked about in episode 1. Finals is the culmination of that series. And what's really cool about CVS is the way that finals works. You want to talk about how finals work?
Yeah. You get your 10 events of the year. You take your top best 5. You add all those points together and see who the true champion of CVS is. And then they take the finals points and add it to that for that added little jump towards victorious championship.
Yeah, so finals is a tournament itself that you get script for, and then you also get winnings for overall series points. And do you have to pay for finals?
Nope, it is free. Well, you've already paid for it registering for your other events.
Yeah, so a part of registration for every CVS event in the series, you pay the CVS fee. And whoever's running finals collects all those fees, and then they're able to run finals. So for most divisions, you have to play 5 of the events to qualify for finals. In which case, you get to play finals for free.
I think women's are 4.
I think it's 3. Is that what it is? I thought women's was 3, and juniors was 3. I don't know.
It's one of those.
That's a Billy Yee question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new CVS director.
Hey. Oh.
Big boy in the house.
Oh, is that a spoiler?
My bad.
We actually talked about that in the Never Will Be Seen episode 2.
Some good jokes.
Dude, they was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. Anyways, and I low-key forgot about the spoiler until literally just now that we mentioned it. So, hey, I'm glad that found its way back in. So, kudos to Billy Yee. Not only does he do so much for Mad G, but, now kind of heading up CVS is going to be awesome. He does a great job. So, overall finals, I think on our agenda, so here's the interesting thing too, is that our club, Modesto Area Disc Golfers, put on finals. this year. So I have here for our first topic on our agenda for finals was courts, maintenance, and city relationships. How is the course looking a week before finals?
A week before, everyone was nervous as hell. It was not looking good. The weather wouldn't stop. I mean, we had you and your kids and other people out there volunteering. And then right before showtime, the city came through and got like 80% of the course, but there was still one small section that
Yeah,
quite didn't get hit. But
yeah.
the rain, man, it wouldn't stop.
I think in the player meeting before the start of finals in the morning, I said like 70% of the course. And the second round I was talking with B Dank. He was on my card second round. And he was like, bro, you said 70%. I don't know, man. He's like, we were looking for this for like felt like hours because the grass was just so tall and so thick. And I had reached out to the city. Luckily, I've been able to build this relationship to where I have the cell phone number of the head of maintenance for Parks and Recreation. So I shot him a text, over a month before finals and just said, hey, just wanted to check in, see how mowing. I was like, oh, yeah, we'll get right on it. Well, that didn't ended up not happening. And I try to be respectful, right? Like these people are just trying to do their jobs too,
Yep.
right? They're not like malicious and out to get us as golfers or our experience. Um, and so try to be patient. A couple weeks go by. Hey, what's going on? And the maintenance guy was like, wait, what? It didn't happen yet? I was like, nah, dude, it definitely did not. And basically, what had happened was months prior, the city had come in. I mean, it was really even before winter. It was like the
Yeah.
beginning of fall. The city came in and had this pruning maintenance done, which they haven't done in over 10 years. They really had just let the trees at our local course and park system go like that, right? We had been doing some to try to keep trees from dying and getting overbared or yeah, overweight or whatever you want to say on one side, but not a whole lot. And they came in and they like for the term that was used was lollipop them, right? I mean they took left the tops and just cut everything down. And when they did that, a lot of the stuff they cut off they just left.
Yeah.
And so these big mowers and the tractors can't go through when all this brush and especially when it's buried under grass. Well, those two entities, from what I understand, did not communicate. So it was like he thought it was getting done, but then the guys were like, no, we can't do it. And they contract part of this out. Um, and so there was just this miscommunication. And then by the time it came down to the wire, and I was like, dude, we're having an event. Like, this is low key dangerous because we have a gopher issue in Loma.
Oh, yeah.
So there's holes everywhere and you can't see them.
Yep.
That's the danger. Um, and it was a grind. And then the rain, like you said, right?
Yeah.
It was gnarly.
Yeah. Everybody prayed a little too hard for rain. That rain was coming, boy.
It wouldn't stop. And then
It wouldn't stop.
and the thing is they typically will wait a week or so after it rains because obviously the ground can't get too saturated. Tractors start leaving tracks and dig into the dirt and soil and stuff like that, which is not good. The city did come through and they were able to mow a large portion of the course, the entire front nine for the most part. No, that was actually the entire front nine. The first day was just some strips,
Yeah.
and they even had dudes come out with weed whackers, like a whole crew of dudes. Like they straight rolled up to Home Depot parking lot, and they were like, "Yo, we're going to the park." And they were like, "I got my weed whacker, let's go."
He's Mexican. He can say that.
Right? But regardless, right? And these dudes were just like in a line, just weed eating as they went, and they got a lot. Granted, there was a lot that wasn't done, and it kind of added to the experience, maybe took away from the experience that first round. So let's get into, So let's get into the actual tournament itself then, right? 10K layout. You want to explain the 10K layout?
Man, the 10K layout. It is a brutal take your lunch kind of course. It is 10,000 feet.
Over 10,000 linear feet.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
You gotta have a big safari, so all the holes are doubled in distance. So you're throwing your little heart out. It took 5 hours, I think, for one round.
Yeah. And part of that was, it was like once you got to holes, like normal holes on the scenic side, like hole 17 and 18, hole one, that whole corner, and then crossing the bridge and coming back to it, that whole corner was just brutal.
Yeah.
And not only is it tough golf, but then the added grass was just was a lot. And as we had mentioned before, CVS is non-sanctioned. So some people view it as a party tournament or party series, which is whatever, that's fine. I had some beverages while playing, definitely. Um, and so, of course, that kind of fun vibe doesn't necessarily equate to I'm going to watch where everyone's disc is and remember where everything's at, too, right? So I think that adds to the challenge.
Oh yeah.
The layout was not perfect either. And so, like, I had talked about it at the tournament, and I'll take responsibility here as well. I was responsible for the layout, and I take full responsibility for not being ready. There was some miscommunication here. And then my son from Texas, well, he's not from Texas, but he lives in Texas. And I hadn't seen him in a couple years, right? He came to visit, and he was supposed to leave the Wednesday before finals. So I was like, and I had a spring break. So like Thursday, Friday, I got all those days to do any touch up, any last minute things. Well, he had such a great time that him and his girlfriend ended up, postponing their flight till Saturday. When Saturday was the day of finals, and I couldn't just blow him off, right? And we all did actually go down there Thursday when it was raining in the morning to do some work on and try to do some landing strips and things like that, and around baskets, and take some of the stinging nettle out. But I wasn't able to devote as much time as I had anticipated, and I think that led to an experience that just wasn't quite 100%. I think overall it worked out pretty well.
I think you're being harder on yourself. Yeah, I think it went pretty good. Everyone, teamwork makes the dream work. And that day, everyone came together.
It really did. We had guys on scooters. Like, we ended up grabbing flags, and like we were flagging on our first hole. Luckily, we started on that hole. It was probably the worst one. Like, the tee pad didn't exist. We were like, oh shit, where's the tee pad? I was like, it's supposed to be up there. It's all grassy, overgrown. Like, oh, there's no tee pad to it. So luckily, it just worked out so well that we started on that tee pad. Yeah, so, and I think that goes a lot into preparing for a course or events and city relationships and things like that, volunteers. It is so hard to run a tournament. And I will say, overall, I think finals went really well.
Oh, especially those trophies that Jade made. Hands down, the greatest CVS final trophies probably in existence. No other club will ever top that. Jade, you're the man.
Yeah, that was, I mean, they are true pieces of art.
Yeah.
And like the detail of like the ladder, and each ladder is an event, like it's just, it makes me want to Iron Man. And I'm typically, Orangevale falls on my birthday, so I'm like, I'm gonna spend it with the family and have a great time and not worry about going to a tournament. But that low key makes me want to Iron Man.
I'll tell you what, he set the bar high. Because if I ever Iron Man and it's just a little piece of wood, I'm gonna be a little sad.
Right?
Not that I don't appreciate it. I'm just saying, Jade set the bar real high.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, Jade.
How was your tournament experience for finals? Because we both played.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man. I had a great first card. Dude, we were just having all kinds of fun. The lunch was delicious. Minchakas came out and did their thing, and
Right it.
I had to try chicken and pork
Fabulous.
on one sandwich because I love food.
You can't blame me,
It
right?
was so good. Oh,
Hello. That was
fireworks.
some fireworks.
They're
Hey.
celebrating
And
Cali
chocolates
Pies.
and the chocolates fried tips.
Yeah, yeah.
Cali Bots, let's go,
Hey,
man.
but no, it was fun, man. Dude, everyone just had a great time. Round two, thank God we went to the OG 18. Little faster paced play there.
And so Billy E was the tournament director, and myself and Jeremy Cole and Bobo were assistant TDs. And I was so concerned about time. As soon as the whole mowing debacle started, I was like, I don't know if this is. I was questioning even doing the 10K layout, but felt so epic and
Yeah.
monumental for a CVS layout, especially for finals, right? Like finals, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time we came into lunch, we were like battered,
Mm,
battered.
mm,
It was a
yeah.
grind to get through that round. And honestly, we didn't because we played together the first round. Shout out Lil V and the other gentleman we played with. It's not Charles. What's his name? Do you remember his name? He's a cool dude.
I forgot his name and I feel like a jerk, but he was very awesome.
Yeah, that'll have to come to us, or I'll have to look it up, right? Oh, he was in MPO with Lil V, right?
I don't know.
No, maybe not. MP40? Okay. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, you were cool though.
Yeah.
You were so cool.
My memory is so bad. So, anyways, we had a great first card, and we didn't have to look for this really for any extraordinary amount of time.
No, Alex did lose one.
That's true.
Yeah. That's it though.
Yeah, that was the only time that we really had to like do a search party, and unfortunately that was unsuccessful. But how did you play? Well, actually, you've been talking for a while
Yeah.
too, and I'll let you sip on this Jack Daniel's rye. She's a hot girl, and
Hot girl.
Um, my tournament experience was pretty good. I was stressed out about the layout, like I said. So much going on, so I was a little bit overwhelmed. But having like the best people in the world on my first card, so fun. Yeah, it was so awesome. Like, and I played okay the first round. Looking back on it, I shot a 77. So going into the second round, I was in a three-way tie for second place. So that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And then the second round, I was competitive, but then we also played the OG 18. So some of the holes can get birdie or die-ish too, especially on the front.
Oh, yeah.
And I made a couple errors that that landed me in fourth. So I got fourth place. So, fortunate to not podium, but I didn't come in dead last like Hanford. So I was like, let's go. That's cool. And I had a great time. Even the second round, I didn't let myself get frustrated that I was falling off track. And I mean, Dean was just lights out with the putting. Holy smokes.
He eagled a hole, didn't he?
Yeah, he got second and he eagled the hole the first round, right?
Yeah.
The up to the practice basket.
Big boy hole.
That's nuts with a throw in. It was on camera too.
Yeah.
I think Shane got it on camera.
Yeah.
And Carlos, shout out to him, played fabulous the first round too. Or second
Canoe
round.
took a 9 on that hole. Just want to put that out there. Love you,
Right. You're my boy, Blue. But overall, I had a great experience. I love having tournaments in Modesto. Um, it's always a good time.
Oh, yeah.
How about you? Wow, how was your experience?
First round, like it's great company. We had all kinds of fun. It's almost like I wouldn't say a bad thing, but you're starting to have so much fun. You forget to be competitive sometimes. But who cares?
It's
If you're
so
having
laid
fun,
back.
you're having fun.
It's so laid back and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how did you finish?
I think I got seventh out of 10th. Second round, I ate too much at lunch and that 10K layout kicked my booty, and I was so whooped. My dogs were barking.
10K layout is a par 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that if that gives you any idea, right? Normal, and it was only 18 holes, so it wasn't extra holes. Par threes, par 54, right? So that's 16 extra strokes
Yeah.
in 18 holes. So that's almost, averages every hole is a par four, but a few. And there were several par fives. So there were some par threes that were tough, but man, what a fun course. I personally, I hope that we can continue to do work on that layout to make it a semi-permanent layout so where it's always navigable. Because if you really want to challenge yourself,
play that. Yeah.
let me tell you, fun golf though. Great golf. And I don't think I mentioned this. The 18 holes takes our entire 27 holes and makes 18 out of them without having to add any extra baskets. It's just tee pad placements and then taking a couple holes and turning them into one. Um,
Yep.
super super interesting.
Oh yeah.
Let's shout out some players here. MPO, our boy Matt Walsh, Modesto local, coming in first.
That's your first MPO win too.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Matt Walsh. And the competition that Matt had that day, let me tell you, boy. Second place, our boy Lobes holding it down.
He's gonna get in second.
He is good at good.
I love you, Lobes.
Oh man. See, that was a good one. Yeah, see. And we had so much fun. Like there was
a tie actually.
there was a low key beer run in the middle, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
We just walked up on it. And we are like, oh, hey, you're like, cool. You want to shoot? Load up my man. Totally cool. Such a good time. Again, going back to that. Yeah, him and Danny Corbett tied, and Andrew won the playoff.
Oh, he did.
Right? Yeah, I believe that's how that worked out. I could be, or maybe they split it because it says the payout split.
Oh, they probably split it then.
Yeah.
Good friends.
Let us know in the comments if you were there and you know what happened, because we were busy by that point running raffles and
all that beer,
getting out of Billy's way while he was doing things and just letting him be, because that's how Billy likes it, right?
And I love running the raffle. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, so much fun. Modesto always has
the best rounds.
So many breakers. Cameron.
Yeah, he won 8 breakers.
He won all the breakers.
What are the odds?
Fire sale. If you need a breaker, you're watching this and you're like, dude, I could really use a breaker right now. Hit up our boy Cameron.
Yep.
That's your guy.
Fire sale.
MP40, the local, the mayor, coming in first by 2 strokes overall.
Yeah.
Larry Christensen in second. So
and they really battle, huh? Dude, I love it.
It's happening. Of course, Kenny Lee coming in first. The champ. He's such a baller, dude. Like, effortless. So cool to watch. You can learn a lot from him.
Oh, yeah.
MA1. Darian. On top again. Congrats, Darian, dude.
Yeah.
Really killed it. Now we want to see you in some sanctioned events. Let's get that. Rating going. Right, and let's keep it up, dude, because you're doing a great job right now.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, our local boy Dean Noose coming in second. Carlos is a cool dude. I played with him at Amador too.
Oh yeah.
He got first. Yes, that's what I heard too, and I never knew that until finals. So shout out to Birdie Bros. And then Adam Kraft coming in third, and our boy Dean coming in second. Dude, his putter was
hot like fire.
Let me tell you, that's the first round. He made that eagle with his putter, and he was just cashing them from everywhere. Like his putter did not hit the ground maybe 2 times max that round. It was impressive to watch and great to see him just slay it. Our boy Kennedy coming in at second for MA50. Um, let's see. And again, if we don't mention your name, apologies. Hit us up, right? Give us a blurb. Tell us how your tournament went, especially if you podium. We want to highlight local players. And some of y'all, we just don't know. Matt Ordway, second place. Did he stick around for a trophy this time?
He didn't.
Interesting.
Weird, right?
Who would have ever thought Matt not stick around for all the fun?
Must have been a crab feed.
Yeah.
It's always a crab feed.
To give some backstory, we love Matt. Okay?
Yes.
But this guy also brought work to King of the Lake on a straight vacation for all of us that put a little hiccup in the plans. So yeah, that's where that stems from. But Matt,
love you, Matt.
that's cool.
We love you.
He's a funny guy. He sent me a random picture of his face in the mail. My wife was freaked out. It was like a thing, dude. And it's not just like him, like a Photoshop. It was like up close and personal, let me tell you.
He did it to my wife, too.
Matt, you're a funny guy.
Yeah, love it.
Our boy John Byness.
Yeah.
In a three-way tie for third with Lane Amiot.
Is it Amiot or Amiot? I'll have to ask you.
Yeah.
Let us know, Lane.
Yeah.
How do you say your name?
For real. Say my name.
Or is the T silent Amiot?
Right? Again, FA1. You already know Allison Menchaca holding it down. Actually, really trying to put up a fight.
Yeah,
so not too bad, especially the second round. Only 3 strokes difference the second round. Congrats, Ashley. That's awesome. For really not playing a whole lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
Great job, kid. All right. So Central Valley Series, that's the finals, which means that's over.
It's gone.
Yeah, on the horizon.
Hate to see it go.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who came out, of course. Thanks to all the TDs. Again, can't stress enough how important you guys are. Series wouldn't exist, tournaments wouldn't exist without TDs. We have players that'll go to them. We need more TDs. We need more people stepping up, taking on the challenge. It's not easy. Mikey knows. He still would be a great TD. He refuses, but
one day maybe we'll see.
Mikey just likes.
As long as you're my co-TD,
right? And Mikey's a pleaser.
Don't be a people pleaser.
He likes pleasing people, right? Which is fine. But in tournaments, there's so many people to please, and you're gonna piss somebody off. It never fails, right?
And then it breaks my heart.
Yeah, me, I don't have that problem. Right? I mean, I do stress out about it, but I'm okay with saying no. This is the way it is.
Not today.
Yeah, you get your feelings hurt if you want. That's on you. Anyways, we do appreciate all you TVs and of course all you players for making CVS. So around the bend, Cypress Cup was gonna be April 27th, Mikey.
Want to talk about Broken Heart? I loved playing that tournament last year. It's so much fun. That course is so beautiful.
I love that course.
So beautiful.
I have great memories on that course. I really do.
Yeah. And then we go to Phil's Fish Market after. You just have quality time with our pals.
Yeah, Cypress Cup, CSUMB. CSU Monterey Bay. Yes.
Yeah.
I got that right this time. Last time I couldn't figure it.
Yeah, I can never get it right. I'm like, come something.
Yeah. Two 18-hole courses there at Monterey on the campus. Awesome disc golf. Awesome scenery. Just overall great vibe. Something that we don't have that type of terrain either here in the valley.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, they had to cancel it.
Yeah, hey, life happens.
Because they didn't have enough people to make it. For lack of a better term, I'm going to say profitable because I think maybe that was the term that was used in the explanation for Dream Space and the local disc golf club, who were both kind of working together to put on the event. So I do understand that.
There's just so many tournaments these days. So you get one big event, it'll absorb all the players and the communities around there, and then it's a 2-day event.
And
San Jose that same weekend.
Think about. What am I trying to say? I lost my train of thought here. Okay, think about First Responder Open this weekend.
Yep.
2 days from now. last week was not full.
No.
Now there's a wait list,
Yep.
right? Like some people wait until the last minute for work reasons, for money reasons. There's all kinds of reasons, but sometimes if you're not at one of those premier events that just sells out like that, like Amador or Sierra Cup or things like that,
OTB Open.
OTB Open AM, right? Um, it can take so long for your tournament to fill up. So I understand where that comes from, but sometimes I also feel like once you're committed, like just hold it. I think Will Riddle had the same thing.
Hold the line.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like his begging for birdies, he was expecting 100 plus players, I think, and I think we have 40 something, and he still held it. And kudos to him because that's not an easy thing to do. Um, I see both sides, right? But yeah, so that tournament's not happening now, which means
It's getting pushed out to I think he said.
Oh, it's going to be.
November.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's going to be rescheduled.
And I'll be there.
Great. Hopefully, I'll be there because I wasn't going to be able to make it in 2 weeks because my wife's got work. But
freaking work ruins everything, doesn't it?
That's the worst.
Being an adult sucks.
Yeah, that's why you got to get a job where you 100% do work weekends.
Yep.
Although then I have to do a prom or like a formal and I work that weekend. That's just one day and it's at night, so whatever. Anyways, moving on. So the next pressing tournament, Sierra Cup, coming up May 4th. I'm excited. 3 links.
So excited.
Mountain golf at its finest.
Finest.
Within our immediate reach, I feel like.
Yep.
Right? Because there's such good mountain golf in Tahoe.
Oh yeah.
And Truckee. I love Truckee personally. But 3 links is just so cool. Fun. Camping, the vibe that, Maggie rolls with. Of course, we talk about it all the time. So good.
We're getting a cabin. Are you coming into the cabin with us?
I don't know yet. I still haven't signed up.
Oh, you better get in it.
Dude, I know. I know. I went to sign up because it worked out with my schedule. And then it was like, your PDGA is not valid. And I was like, oh, frick. I don't have my PDGA number this year yet. So it's like another thing. And then both these bottles of bourbon came up. And then frick, all this stuff I got to do. So allocating funds. Anyways, Sierra Cup, yeah, super cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that I can play. Yeah,
Sierra Cup holds a special place in my heart. It is my first sanctioned win in MA2, and man, that day was so much fun. And I almost blew it away in the second round, but I didn't. I held on strong. I remember the last hole, I pucked it, took the birdie. I didn't know I'd won it yet. And then we were going over the scores, and they go, "Man, you did it. Good job." Like it was nothing. Like no big deal. You just won. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm walking back, trying to keep it in, not scream and yell and be all too excited, but inside I was going off.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I love Sierra Cup.
Yeah. I think if I play this year, this will be my 3rd year in a row.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good times at 3 links.
So much fun.
That place holds so many memories. Even outside of Sierra Cup, just overall in general, place is awesome. If you're in the Miwok area, you want to do some disc golf.
Our best friends got married there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Twice, because Charles got married there years before Albert. Shout out Charles. He's in Arkansas now. So,
Arkansas.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was super fun. So Sierra Cup. And then, of course, there's all these other local tournaments, too, that we're not shouting out. Those are just the most pressing for us. But the SenCal series is going to start. And so the SenCal series is sort of similar to CVS, except that this is sanctioned.
Like a boss.
Yeah, everyone is sanctioned. Finals does not work the same. You still have to pay for finals, and you don't have to play so many events, but there is an overall winner as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And yeah, our SenCal series for Modesto is slated for September 7th. As of right now, I just submitted the paperwork last week, and I talked to the gal this morning, trying to hammer out details for her price, just to make sure that I don't run tournaments to make money. That's not how Mad G does it. Like when we make our money, we do it in the raffle, which is why we always have such a big raffle. We run tournaments for players. That is our philosophy. And so I want to make sure that doing it at Modesto Reservoir, which is what I was getting at, isn't going to be so taxing that it takes away from the players. Having to pay a per person fee or something like that is 100% understandable. We just got to hammer out some details. This is going to be a first for Modesto Reservoir and disc golf and Modesto area disc golfers. So that's super exciting. That potentially means that we might have a second summer event before the September 7th. Uh, yeah, look for more details out in future episodes or of course in our Mad G Facebook page.
Real quick point, this Saturday at the First Responders, that is the kickoff for SoCal.
You're right.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I won't be playing this Saturday. Mikey and a whole slew of other Mad G diehard road crew will be there representing. So best of luck.
Yeah.
Dude. How you played this event before?
Oh yeah, last year was my only time. Right when the round started, I was getting ready to step on a tee pad. Somebody didn't yell for, and a disc hit me right in the big willy. Well, average size willy, but hey.
Okay, I love this guy. I saw the damage next couple days.
Yeah, it hurt. Hurt a lot.
I don't know how you even started that round, dude. That is.
I didn't play well. I'll tell you that. That's why I'm coming back this year with the vengeance.
That's
I'll wear a cup this time.
That's equivalent to like B-Dang getting me in the freaking dome right before the start of the round two.
Mm-hmm.
First responders.
Four.
And first responders is Fresno?
No. Oh my God. Hanford? No. Dang it.
Let's look.
Let's look. Come on, phone, be faster.
Do you remember how you placed last year?
And it's in Hanford. I was correct.
Oh, Hanford.
It wasn't last place, but it wasn't anywhere near first place.
Okay.
It's a tough, man, I guess a tough hole. There's one hole, it's called the Candy Cane. And let me tell you something, there's nothing sweet about it.
Did you play AM1 last year? Or AM2?
It was probably AM2 if it was St. John. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
18th out of 22 with a hurt wiener.
First place was 111, so.
Yeah, he was good.
And you shot a 130.
Way off. Thanks for letting them know.
But this year is going to be a different story, right?
Way better.
Yeah.
It's just my first sanctioned event as an AM40 player.
Welcome to the M40s, dude.
Yeah,
let's go.
We're getting old out here.
That means we're gonna start playing together so much more too. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So good luck this weekend, obviously, and our next episode we'll have to recap.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, we're First Responders Open. Thank you for mentioning that too. On the agenda I just wrote SenCal series. Completely forgot about this Saturday. Okay, so that takes us to our vibe check-in, which I do have something to this is going to be a left card. Left card? No, left field.
Left field.
Yeah, a left card. It's so weird.
Hey, just off. Hey,
anyways, okay, so question for vibe check-in. How do you feel about tournaments being ran to make money?
I don't like it.
I'm not a fan either. I understand. I do understand it, and I think that there's a place for it, right? Because the Disc Golf Pro Tour is tournaments. They make money at those tournaments, right? They have to fund the tour, to fund the people involved, and the people who are really creating and managing is a better word, the Disc Golf Pro Tour. From what I understand too, I'm not super involved, so this is just the outside look at me. But I think for the local disc golf course or local disc golf scene, I think it can be done well, but I think it's hard to do it well.
Yeah. But I think making a profit, doing it for a profit, if you're doing it for a profit, you're in the wrong area, I think. Disc golf is more about the player,
Yeah.
I think.
Or at least, and let's kind of break that down though too. I think making a profit from the registration, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing a registration and you're taking a TD fee, which is allowed, you're supposed to have pass through fees or whatever, and you're supposed to make that known. And I know there's tournaments that have made it known and they do take a TD fee. Yeah, I'm not super stoked about that.
Yeah.
I think there are other creative ways to make money and make it profitable. I don't think that should come from registration,
Definitely.
right? Because you could do T sponsors is one way that we've done it in the past.
Oh yeah.
And any sponsors go, but then you also ideally want to put that towards payout, right?
Oh yeah.
And make your tournament more enticing. So I think there's a fine line there. Um, I know from our experience, we don't run tournaments to make money. We run tournaments to run tournaments and be able to fund the tournament. And I know there's like Will Riddle who didn't even break even. He kind of took a loss. I don't think that's okay. I don't think we should put the financial responsibility on our TDs to take a hit in the negative,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that's where like careful planning and not trying to do too much. I was worried last year SenCal. I mean, we had a giant players pack, right? We had two discs, we had a Prodigy, we had everyone got an A2 300 series, and then everyone got a premium Prodigy as well. And then we did a whole double G jerky package where you got jerky, a hat, pin, all this other stuff, right? And like that was a significant cost. So instead of making the fees astronomical to try to make some money back, right? We tried to make it affordable and the payouts just weren't as high as they normally would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, anything to add? And this isn't, we're not calling anybody out. Like, that's not the point. This is just, again, having a conversation. I think it's important to have a conversation. And it was something that we kind of talked about today at the Thursday Weekly just during our round.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's why I was like, you know what? Maybe I wonder how you feel. That's a great question. How do you feel? Please put your thoughts in the comments, and if you disagree, then be respectful. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
But tell us why. And if you agree, tell us why, and don't be disrespectful to people who do. Right? Like we're all disc golfers at the end of the day. It's just it's just like the stamp thing from episode 2, right? Like we're gonna disagree. There are gonna be people
Oh
who
yeah.
disagree, and that's 100% okay. I was just like kind of popped in my
We
brain.
learn from each other and you grow.
Yeah. So how's the vibe on that? So it sounds like we're kind of maybe against it at
Oh
this
yeah.
point in time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I would agree with that.
Like you said, Modesto, we pride ourselves in hosting events and being able to offer the best payouts and the most for the player.
And
Our
be
club
one of the
doesn't make any money.
cheapest
And
around.
CVS Modesto is the cheapest out of all the CVS stops, and we're still able to provide a great payout for players and a disc. And as Billy Yee always does, gives a disc to the pros. So it
Mm-hmm.
can be done. Just got to talk to Billy, see how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go Billy.
All right. So the second part of our vibe check-in, OTB Open, baby.
All the pros.
Let's go. If you are a member of Lodi, Stockton, Modesto, San Francisco, go on your club's Facebook page, and especially if you have a tag, because OTB Open is doing a contest for each club. Each different club gets their own separate contest where they're choosing to give away some VIP tickets to the OTB Open. So if you're a member and you see this at time, and we'll probably get this out next week. I would imagine we'll have episode 2 drop in the next couple days. And then we'll have episode 3, and then that way we'll kind of be one ahead too. That'll help us with our schedule. But OTB Open, and if you're a disc golfer and you're like never been, you're kind of on the fence, go, go, go on a Saturday or Sunday. If you have Fridays off, go on a Friday. There'll be way less people. It'll probably feel like a lot more personal experience going on a Friday, but especially OTB Open, Party Island, like
It's huge.
yeah, they do a special brew, a beer just for OTB Open, and last year's was fabulous.
Oh yeah.
It is an overall great time. I have always wanted to play the OTB Open Amateur weekend. You got to play it before.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You think the 10K course is brutal? Try doing that course 3 days in a row. Oh my lord, third day I couldn't move my arm. I was like,
rollers.
Yeah,
rollers.
It is tough. And then the Stockton wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it, and especially what's cool is getting the opportunity to play on a pro course like that puts it into perspective. I can only imagine. I played one hole last year, just like because we were setting up a Thursday, I think it was, or Friday, one of those days. Anyways, I had to play a hole. There was nobody else really on the course, and man, it was like, okay, I could see where things could go super wrong with just the smallest mistake. So shout out to Sean Mercy and the crew, OTB Open crew from San Francisco. Of course, OTB, Team OTB, baby, let's go. For putting that on. That's so awesome right here in our backyard, Stockton, California.
And what's the name of the guy that designs the courses?
Leonard Muse.
Leonard Muse designed that, right?
Yep. That's a Leonard Muse design. He's a cool cat.
Oh yeah.
At Sierra Cup, I've had several chances to have some cool conversations with Leonard. So Leonard, hey, if you happen to be watching this, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to say about OTB Open? Vibe check-in. That is the vibe. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Trying to kill this bug right now. OTB Open is the vibe. Go. You'll have a great time. I'm hoping to go Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
That's my plan, like to visit. I think High Sierra Cup is that weekend again. But it's a 3-day, and I can't do a 3-day tournament. Can't take Friday off.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I know. I'm not sure.
Might be. It was last year.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna go. Yeah, exactly. We just said. Anyways, moving on. The Jack Daniels is fabulous, by the way. What do you think about this?
Honestly, for the high proof, it is very, very good. You feel that burn. You feel the burn.
100%. There's no getting past it right now.
The flavor is mwah.
Very good. If you can find it. The regular one, so it looks just like this, but it's not green. You can almost find anywhere. Bevmo has it all the time. Creekside Liquor has it almost all the time. A lot of liquor stores especially carry it. Grocery stores are a little bit harder to find this Otto's brother is what I'll call it, but it's also super good. I have that one as well. And I'll tell you what, after a month of it being open, the other one, drastic change.
Really?
So I expect this one to be even more of a hitter, which is this is really good straight out of the neck. The neck pour is what they call it. So fabulous. All right, so that takes us to the last part of our episode 3. Dang it, Mike. We're getting it, bro. Let's go. 2 episodes.
How would I do that? Do you see that stuff? It's funny. I don't know. Some guy. Yeah.
Put that on a cracker, dude.
Yeah, another guy.
Right? Question time. All right, so episode 3, here's where I get to ask Mikey a question.
Ooh. I don't know what it is.
We literally, I didn't know what it was till we started this episode, and I was like, okay, this is a good question. So, Mike, concerning disc golf, where do you see yourself in disc golf in the next 5 years? And then where do you think disc golf as a sport will be in 5 years? So a little 2-part question. Where do you see yourself? And you can talk about the club, you can talk about sponsorships, tournaments, family, whatever. Any one of those or all of them. And then what do you think the overall sport's going to be like?
That is a good question.
In 5 years.
Well, 5 years, I'll be 45. Hopefully, still kicking butt and
And 40.
no, MP40. I plan on I'll be
Okay.
forever.
Moving
They're sappy.
that hot take out there.
Yeah,
Okay, moving up to
definitely want to
MP40.
be able
That'd be
to
sweet.
keep advancing. That is the end game
Yeah,
to
progression.
play as a pro one day. I started late. I started playing when I was 35. So I see myself hopefully competing competitively and still in the local area and just kicking butt, taking names, and just growing the sport like we do, and having 3, 4, 5 courses. We've been, working hard as a team, as a club, and I want to see Mad G bigger than it's ever been in 5 years. Man, do so many more people start playing every day, and we're growing and growing. So I can only imagine how many members we're going to have. So that's where I hope to be in 5 years. And as a sport in 5 years, just in the last two is drastically. I mean, since COVID, it hit the high rail, and it's still going. ESPN is showing it all the time. I mean, the attention that this stuff is getting is huge, huge. I mean, you got a bunch of little kids that are starting now that are throwing it 10 times, not 10 times, 2, 3 times further than me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, what the heck? When did you start playing? Oh, COVID, because there was nothing else to do. And now these kids, dude, the next Gannon Burrs are playing in our backyard. It's insane. So I think it's gonna be freaking huge.
Yeah.
Olympics, maybe.
Right? 5 years. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because we just had one, right?
Mhm.
So in potentially 4 more years. So if not in the next one, maybe it'll be talked about for like 8 year run. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I especially like the idea of MP40, like setting
Yes.
that bar high, because you are a very capable disc golfer. Me, I'll be am for life,
No,
baby. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Any hopes? 5 years, a long time. Kids will be older. Think they'll get into it?
I tried. I'm the type of parent who I don't want to force, and I always entice them. And they're going their own paths.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, maybe.
Keep like a little pinky toe cross.
We keep planting seeds.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Sometimes it is cool to like have your kind of own thing too, like
Yeah.
little getaway. That made me think, freaking 5 years, Riley will be 9. That's like prime time age, and she's kind of into it now. So that was
Going today.
yeah. When I asked you that question, I didn't even think about that. And then I was like, oh dang, like think of time progressing not just for myself, but the world around us too, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody will be 5 years older, not just us. That's it's an interesting concept, and I definitely agree. And I look forward to it, and especially the club getting bigger and better.
Yeah.
I think we're constantly doing things. Tags are on their way. If you haven't heard yet,
I want to talk about that. Yeah.
we got them. So, man, it's been a process, and maybe that'll be a whole nother vibe check in for future. We'll have to write that down about processes of planning ahead and the kind of the backstage running of the club and things like that.
It's a lot of work.
It is, and sometimes the things are out of our control.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was out of our control this
Yep.
time around, but now we know, and we know what to do next time and what not to do next time. So everything's a learning process, just like our game. It's consistently learning, progressing, moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that does it for episode 3, right? One mic this time seems to be working.
I like it.
Let's see what
Two
the final
mics.
right. Hey. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your grandma, like, hey, these dudes are like low key.
They might fall in love, so be careful.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We are both taken.
We married.
Right.
Not to each other. Yeah.
That reminds me of Auburn when you and Albert were in the gas station. So we went to the brewery.
Oh,
Oh,
when I farted.
yeah.
That was great.
It's like
Hard.
two guys right next to each other. Oh my god. So
Yeah.
funny. Anyways, thanks again for joining us. Hope you had a good time. Don't forget to comment too. What's your opinion on the vibe check-in? And again, if you're a local player playing a tournament and you podium, hit us up. We would love to feature you and highlight your success. Sappenfield actually had a really great idea and call it kind of the report card, right?
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
and part of that report card is what were your three most memorable or most important shots? They don't even necessarily have to be good shots. Maybe it was just a solid inbounds shot after you went OB, or a shot that put you edge a circle after you bogeyed a hole, right? Like maybe that is your important shot to bounce back. I think that was a great idea. So if you want to send us a report card, please, by all means, CaliGoose1217 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks again. Cali Vibes Disc Golf, baby. We out.
Love you. Good job.
Let's go.